Curtis Preston from TrueBit TV talking to Kent Christensen, Practice Director for Datalink. How's it going, Kent?
Very well, how are you?
Doing all right. We're on the third and final day of VMWorld.
Feels like 3 weeks.
And it feels like 5 minutes, underwater. So let's, it sounds like you guys have been talking to people about enabling IT as a service.
Yep.
So, as a former, person in that world, I've lived that world and understand how important it is if we can get people to that, right? So if the people that need services can simply just say, I need this, and then it's just turned on, I think that's a beautiful thing, right? The less sort of manual things, the fewer manual things we have to do on this end to enable, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I think there's a subtle message in all these large conferences, whether it's EMC World or Cisco Live or VMworld here, the theme here, they talked about be brave. All the data is showing to IT not changing is not a good thing. That however you want to look at it, they're going to, user groups have different options, and if IT's not delivering what they want very fast, the way they want to consume it, they're going to find other options. They've had those choices, right? So that is a big part of what we've been focusing on is putting together not just the technology, because we can figure out the technology, some of the services and some of the jumpstart to help them get to aligning to business outcome.
Yeah, I think you really hit on something there, this issue of they have choices, right? Our customer, back in the day, when I was in IT, if they didn't like what we had to offer, well, that was just tough, right? But now, if they don't like your file services, they can go to Dropbox, right? It takes like 5 minutes, right? Another great example, actually I think it's a great, a successful cloud story, but Salesforce.com, right? When we do our shows, I ask a show of hands on the number of people the companies that think that they're using Salesforce.com, and only a few hands go up. And I know that it's so many more than that, because I think that's a perfect example of a service that the company was not providing well, and everybody went out and used Salesforce.com.
Right.
And that's not what we want for the rest of IT.
No, we see that a lot though. So anybody who's got some sort of a cloud offering is going directly to the line of business and trying to sell it, right? And that's not always a good idea. I mean, there is some discipline that IT is bringing to the picture that should be leveraged, and that's not being maybe considered. So there's a lot of things going on in many organizations that aren't compliant. They don't know what they're costing. They're not getting the service levels they want, et cetera. But they are being marketed to directly. They have some choices, which is again why IT needs to, really focus on saying what is it they need. I can supply my discipline and deliver those services more efficiently, and that's kind of what we've been doing is putting that whole suite of things together and make it a lot easier to consume.
Yeah, I think that's great, and I hope that companies consider those services, right? Because the more if you're just a crotchety, we don't do sync and share, or pick a service, right? This is how we all stuff's going to be this way, and this comes into also the BYOD problem, right? And bring your own disaster is the way a lot of us think of it, right?
There you go.
But the more we enable the customers to use IT as a service, the less that would become a problem, I think.
And I have sensed, maybe since even the last time we talked, a major awareness. So it's a subtle message in all of these conferences. Here's my technology, here's my announcements. By the way, you guys better be paying attention because you're a bunch of IT guys in the conference, et cetera. And I think there's no question there's a major awareness. You pointed out, how many people are using Salesforce? How many people are swiping credit cards in your organization? Do you have any grasp of what that is?
Right.
And I think there's a growing awareness that something needs to be done. And now it's just kind of, that's change, it's hard. How do we get to the next step?
Yeah, not easy.
No, change is never easy.
But it keeps us all employed.
Yeah.
So thanks for taking the time to talk
absolutely.
today.
Thanks for having us.
All right, thank you for watching. Again, make sure to check out our other videos on TrueBit.tv.